getting a remake. BioWare Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic came out in 2003, and it was about a Jedi who turned into a Sith and then turned into whatever you wanted him to be. It was a very interesting game with fantastic mechanics and great dialogue that really gave you power to determine which way the story went, and actually ended up influencing the entire Mass Effect trilogy. Well, the new game is being developed by Asper. It's a new gaming company that kind of helped some of the porting with Knights of the Old Republic in recent years. They don't have a release date yet, but the fact that they're working on this remake is exciting for all of us Star Wars fans.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E Report. Wake up and good morning. Welcome to Toasted Sports.
What day is it? Look at the calendar.
It's Thursday.
Thursday?
It's Thursday. You have changed something in this room.
I've changed my mind.
About what?
About waking up.
What else is there to do?
Going back to sleep.
Wake up! Wake up! Please, wake up!
Why?
Why? You're gonna miss out.
You're going to miss it.
Miss what? The show. Show's not over. In fact, it's showtime.
Here's Toast.
Good morning, South Florida. Happy Thursday morning. It is 8:05. This is Toasted Sports, streaming live for you on OnSideRadio.com. 2 hours coming at you today. We've got Omar Kelly. We'll talk to him later on. We're going to be speaking with my man Lucky Louie. Get the latest on a volatile week of the stock market, and plenty of sports stuff to get to. We're going to get into the LeBron James. Oh. If you hate LeBron James, you hate him even more today. If you love hating on LeBron James, then you have all the ammunition you need today. We'll get into that. Chris Greer did his pre-draft discussion with the media yesterday. We have a ton of audio about that. And, man, it was a big day yesterday for Call of Duty, Sean. 2-day event. They're launching the new map. And, man, it was insane. Like, yesterday afternoon at, 3 o'clock, man, like those guys, like Nick Merckx at one point yesterday at around 3:30 had approximately 350,000 people watching him playing.
What?
He normally has about 30,000 people watching him play. It was so this map that we've had for Warzone, which is the free version of the game that anyone can play, has been around now for a year, and so obviously it's old. And so there's been a lot of talk about when we're going to get a fresh new map, and the fresh new map is getting dropped now over these 2 days that we're dealing with right now. And so they did a whole big special event with all the streamers yesterday. It was absolutely insane. Their servers were crashing.
Didn't expect that much traffic, huh?
You know, that's what I'm saying. So it was, so that'll be pretty much be my weekend. That will be my weekend. I will be.
Now, when they change the maps, does that reset everything or just?
No, it just it's just it doesn't reset your stats or anything.
Okay.
It just means that now you have a new place to play some, a new map that you're not familiar with.
So it's not like that update that changes the weapons and all that stuff that you talk about.
Well, no, but that'll be part of this. They'll nerf some weapons. They always do, and they'll tweak some other ones. They'll let you know which weapons have been tweaked and upgraded and downgraded and whatnot.
Is that pistol going to get nerfed? Do you think?
I certainly hope so. Dude, that pistol's just making it annoying to play the game. This psych-off pistol is just friggin' killing me, dude. Oh my goodness, yeah. Just, but there you go. Yeah, so that's that was some fun stuff yesterday. So yeah, it was a big Call of Duty day yesterday and today. So if you know someone that's a Call of Duty fan, yeah, don't bother
even
them.
NASCAR got into the esports yesterday.
Yeah, what did NASCAR
They had
have
all
going
their
on?
drivers on FS1 last night.
Oh, really?
The Talladega 70.
Oh, nice. They were all doing it with the NASCAR game.
Yeah, with the NASCAR
beautiful.
game and iRacing. So
Nobody
they did all
dropped
that.
an N-bomb, right?
Not that I'm aware of. We'll probably find out soon.
Good. Well, last time they did that, they had an
Yeah,
issue.
well, actually, that was not on. That was on Kyle Larson went on his own. He went
Yes.
rogue.
Oh, that was all right. That was his own rogue.
Yeah, on his own separate
stream.
rogue
Okay.
thing he was doing. Yeah, Didn't
Yeah,
work
listen,
out
man,
well with.
one of the first video games that before I got into the first person shooters like Call of Duty and stuff, I was strictly a sports game guy. The only titles I would get would be the EA Sports titles, whether it be Madden, NCAA football. But one of the ones that I love was the NASCAR. And I got NASCAR every single year. Man, auto racing games on PlayStation or on the consoles are great. especially if you have a steering wheel controller.
Yeah, that's what I need to get. I need to get that.
I mean, you got the Formula One video game, you got the NASCAR. I don't believe there's an Indy Racing League one, but you do have NASCAR and Formula One. And if you have the steering wheel, bro, it's just a ton of fun.
You should see these guys. They have the whole setup.
Oh no, dude!
They had basically like my monitors here.
Yep.
You had a mirror here, a mirror, a set there. It was crazy.
At least there was before the pandemic. There was a place down in Wynwood that opened up that specialized in driving video games. Like you would go down there, and they have the professional drivers. They're not just using a steering wheel joystick on the top of their desk. They actually have like a shell of a car that they get into, and it has the pedals in there that are all hooked up to the console. It has the paddles for shifting, but so they're actually almost sitting in a wire structure of a car, and just so they have that feel, and with a big screen in front of them. But there was a place in Wynwood that opened. It was a business that opened, and it was like a video game thing, and they had a bunch of these. You could go down there and you could just spend the day driving. And like the NASCAR and Formula One drivers do. I don't know if it's still open. I don't know if it's survived the pandemic, but it was definitely open a couple of years ago.
Man, I wish I'd known about that earlier.
Right?
Because I'm like you. Well, what you used to be. I'm into games. I'll get the FIFA games. I get any games, even if hockey, all those. But I don't like the Call of Duties and things yet.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, I had never gotten into the first-person shooters and stuff like that. I was always just a sports game guy. And the only reason why I got into Call of Duty was because I had friends that were just hounding me. Like, come on, bro. There's a free version. There's a free version. You don't have to pay anything. Just come play with us. It'll be fun. Whatever. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll hang out with you guys. And I was awful. Still am awful at it. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. And the best part is because you're playing with your buddies. And so it's all about the comms you have going on with your buddies. So I mean, if it was just based on the fact that you're only going to have fun if you're able to shoot and kill people, I would not be playing because I'm just awful at it. I don't shoot and kill nearly enough people.
So you're better getting shot than shooting.
I am phenomenal. Like, listen, if the four of us, if my squad of quads, if we're going somewhere, I always go first because Lord knows, like I'm always one that's going to get shot first. Guys, don't worry. I'm your radar. If we go somewhere, I will get shot first. You guys will then see where the shots are coming from. You can then take that person out, and then you can buy my dead ass back. That's pretty much how it always works for me. And I have I'm
take one for the team, I guess.
Listen, unfortunately, I got friends that are willing to buy me back, so that is good. Oh man, we are going to get into Chris Grier. So hold on. Now, I did not see the press conference yesterday. I've read all about it. But, Sean, because I see there's a couple clips here talking about pick number 3 that they traded out of. Was there a situation where they asked if he regretted trading the 3rd pick or that he has regret because he traded out of the 3rd pick?
I'm going to have to let you know.
I
did not watch either, but it says, would the Dolphins regret trading the number 3 pick?
And that was cut 4?
That was cut 4.
All right, why don't you play that one for me right now?
Here you go.
No, I think, when we made our move, we had targeted, a number of players that we liked, we're comfortable with getting. So I think with us, when you make a move like we did and doing what we did to get back up, we're very comfortable where we are. But again, we'll always evaluate it, and drafts change, as you know. People fall for reasons unknown, or people select players for their roster based on their needs. So, we're comfortable where we are. We feel very good where we are, and we won't have any regrets.
Well, listen, he can't say that he's going to have any regrets. He's got to say that he's comfortable where he is. I mean, he can't because he can't admit that he got it wrong, and we don't know that he has.
That's the thing. I don't think you know.
Well, here's my thing, and I'm going to ask Omar about it when we have him on in the 9 o'clock hour. If the Dolphins come out of the first round, or if pick number 6 shows up, and they make pick number 6, and pick number 6 is not either Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, is it a failure? Like, will Dolphins be pissed off? If we don't, at number 6, if we don't get one of those 2 guys, is this a bad draft for the Dolphins? Like, did they shoot themselves in the foot? Because they had number 3, where they would have had their choice of those 2.
Yeah, they would have had first choice.
They would have had first choice of those two at number 3. They traded back to 12, then back up to 6. That's fine. But now you've given up that first rate. So, and those are the two players that everyone is saying that the Dolphins are looking at because they don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to what you've been saying about the Falcons. I think they originally thought the top 4 were all going to be quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't see the Falcons taking a quarterback.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say. Now that I've been hearing it from you a little bit more,
but I don't understand how anyone. I mean, here's the thing about the NFL, and we know this. The Dolphins are in the middle of this right now. The easiest way, and I don't know if it's the easiest, but a very effective way. Put it this way: one of the more effective ways to get your team in contention for a Super Bowl is to find that young stud quarterback that can come right in, be a leader, and you can build around him while he's still on his rookie deal. Yes. Before you have to pay him $20-30 million a year. So you have 5 years because those rookie deals now are 4-year deals with a 5th-year option. But generally, if someone's really good, that 5th-year option turns into an extension.
Yeah.
So you basically, Tua's first year's already done. So you have 3 seasons left to build this up and make that run. Are you on that pace? I believe you are. You went 10-6. Everything, you're going in the right direction. 100%, no doubt about it. But the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. So you need to get an offensive playmaker. We're not getting to the Super Bowl or to the AFC Championship game without some offensive playmakers. Just a fact. We don't have one right now.
No.
There are 2 of them available at the top end of the draft this year. Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts.
Game changers.
In my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
now,
with what they did in college, what you've seen them do.
I'm putting those 2 at level 1. Right below them, I'm putting Devontae and Waddle. Okay? So Devontae, the issue with him, obviously you saw yesterday, he did the whole weigh-in, and man, he weighs what my right leg is weighing in at. He's basically my right leg. He is a tiny, tiny little guy. Like tiny. Like 160 pounds tiny. Like, I mean, seriously. They were saying, is there a comparable pro? And I'll tell you what, there's a really good one. A really good Hall of Fame guy that was Marvin Harrison. Yes. Same size, but was about 8 pounds heavier. So give Devontae some, Hostess cupcakes and we'll be good. No problem gaining a few pounds, exactly. Get him some weight gain or whatever. Jalen Waddle, obviously, was hurt. There was most folks thought that Jalen Waddle was better than Devontae Smith going into the season. He started off, came out great, but then had the ankle issue, so he was on the shelf for the rest of the year until the end of the season. And, so if he had been healthy the whole season, I think he'd be right up there with, you'd be talking about him, Pitts, and Chase, all 3 of them together. Devontae, I love him. I understand why, listen, NFL GMs are an odd bunch. And certain ones are going to see certain numbers or certain stats or metrics that are just going to turn you off. And this weight thing is absolutely going to affect some teams. It's absolutely going to affect. I don't know which teams, but there's some GMs are going to be like, hell no, I'm not taking a wide receiver that high that is 160 pounds soaking wet. Just not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I get that. That's fine. That's their call. But man, if the Dolphins don't come out of this with Chaser Pitts, man, I don't know how excited you can be. I honestly don't.
I find it funny, though, because before it was, when we were number 3, it was like, okay, we got Devontae Smith. Then it moved to the direction of Devontae or Jamarcus. Mm-hmm. Or Jamar, I'm sorry.
Chase, yep.
Jamar Chase. Then it went to Jamar and Kyle, and now if we get Devontae, it's a disappointment.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, right.
I mean that's almost. I know. This earlier, but it's just like to look at it now, from the guy that you almost wanted at the end of the season of the college football season to now, it's going to be an utter disappointment if he's our choice.
Well, here's the thing. There's other folks that I've heard saying, well, we'd rather have either Devontae or Jalen Waddle because they have relationship with Tua. like really? I'm like, with all due respect, I'm like, quarterbacks and wide receivers can establish a repertoire with each other during the course of an offseason. Like, I mean, did Jerry Rice and Joe Montana go to college together? Jerry Rice and Steve, so I don't, whatever relationship and continuity that Tua would have with those two guys, he can easily develop that exact same continuity with Ja'Marr Chase and Kyle Pitts in a matter of an offseason. A few weeks of going out there on their own, the two of them, just throwing balls and running routes. So I'm not buying into the whole, oh, well, he's thrown to them before, they're familiar. Like, what? That's why with the Cincinnati Joe Burrow thing with Ja'Marr Chase, it's like, dude, that's right, but you don't – it's not why you draft someone. Like, if your quarterback can't establish a repertoire with a top-end wide receiver in the NFL, then you're screwed. Yeah. Like, you shouldn't have to get their former teammate for that to happen.
We can only get Bama receivers because
exactly.
They work with Tua.
It's like, no, we can only get Bama guys for Tua because he's more familiar with them. Are you kidding me? Like, when did this happen?
We're Bama South now.
Like, oh my, I hear folks talking about this, and I'm like, what? I mean, come on. Yeah, so there you go. Plenty of more audio from Chris Grier. We'll get to that in a bit. But first, coming up next, going to go out and talk about the stock market. Our man Lucky Louie comes up next. This is OnSideRadio.com, where on Saturdays from 1 until 3, baseball fans can go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in Major League Baseball. Every Saturday from 1 until 3. Seamheads, you have a new home. Listen to Deep Into the Count exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
You can join Toasted Sports by text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
WLESPN. We've got all your sports.
We're live and local.
If you wake up early enough.
You're so bad, honey.
Tune us in, as long as you're not under a bridge.
Or under any power line.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnSideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Miami takes on the Philadelphia Union this Saturday at Subaru Park. The Philadelphia Union were a very worthy opponent in 2020, taking all 6 points away from both games played last season. One game came in the MLS's back tournament, one game came in late September, but it didn't matter for someone named Kasper Przelko, who Miami is going to have to worry about. Scoring in the first game, assisting twice in the second game, he is a man that Phil Neville, just like Chicharito, has to have on his radar if Miami wants to go out and win this game on Saturday.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Little chill groove going on right here. 824. Second segment, Toasted Sports. Streaming live on OnSideRadio.com. Go ahead, check us out on YouTube and on Twitch. Follow, set for notifications. Every single week, like to go to the phones, talk to our man Lucky Louie, and find out what's going on in the world of stocks. Good morning, Louie. How you doing?
Good morning from Palm Beach County.
You are down here. Nice.
I am down here. I am in Boca. What's going on?
Not much, man. So you got down here just in time. It rained yesterday, cooled things off a little bit. It was only like 72 when I was walking the dog this morning. Wasn't crazy humid, so you got down here just in time. A brief cold front, if you will.
Exactly. So I'm on kind of like vacation mode.
I got you.
But yeah, the market continues to make new highs. Life is good.
Let me ask you this. I saw Netflix got hit for 10%. Their shares got walloped a little bit because they missed their sub target by about half. Instead of getting 6 million, they only got like 3.5 million. Is that obviously the pandemic was big for them. Now that the pandemic is over, are we going to see them kind of come down a little bit?
Well, I believe I had talked to you maybe about a month ago. I was very leery about that whole sector.
Yep.
I remember I told you that they call it the Fab Five. Remember the Michigan Fab Five
yes.
college basketball team? So you got Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So last year at this time, when everything was on lockdown, these companies delivered and achieved superior growth because what were everybody doing? They were on Facebook. They have an Apple phone. They were watching Netflix. They were Googling everything what President Trump was saying and Dr. Fauci was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the Fab Five did very, very well, and they delivered, and they delivered exceptionally in an adverse environment. So now the economy's opening up. I mean, last night I was down on Atlantic Avenue in Delray. I mean, I never seen anything.
Oh yeah,
like this.
It's insane, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, people aren't walking around with masks.
Nope.
I'm like so used to. I'm trained to have a mask.
Yeah.
But look at the vaccine is here. They're saying we're going to have herd immunity by the end of the summer.
That'd be great.
I think the goal for President Biden is July 4th. And a lot of companies are going to be reopening and mandating you to come back. And I know for a fact a lot of Wall Street firms, the target is the day after Labor Day. And they're like, listen, we're giving you 5 months to prepare. Get everything done.
There you go. All right, so let me ask you this. Another thing that went down this week, I read an article last night that according to Google, the folks are typing the following phrase into Google and hitting search. When is the housing market going to crash? And searches for that phrase are up over 2,000% over the last month. And I've seen a few different stories over the last week about a housing bubble. What do we got going on, Louis? Is there a housing bubble? Is it going to burst?
Well, I think now you're starting to see the cycle of the baby boomers. They're planning their retirement. They're coming down in states where the cost of living is not expensive. Look, in New York City alone where I live, if you want to, the state and city effective tax is 15%. So add 30% to federal, 15% for state and city, and then you got Social Security. You got 51% of your money going to the government.
Yep.
So what we're seeing here is a lot of people baby boomers, people that are 50 and over, they're tired of it. They're coming down to Palm Beach County. Like in West Boynton right now, it's booming, the housing market. And that's where I am right now. I'm in a car. And I can't even tell you. Like, you can't even – you put your house up on the market for 5 minutes, it gets sold. And I think you're seeing a lot of people they're moving out of New York City. They're moving to the suburbs. The people that are in the suburbs are like, you know what? I'm not paying $25,000 a year in property taxes. I'm going to go to Florida. So there are going to be states that are going to be benefiting. You know, the no state income tax states. I think you're going to see that continue. People from Illinois are moving to Tennessee. That's not a state income tax state. They're coming to Florida. They're going to the West Coast. People from the Northeast are coming down to Palm Beach County, Broward County, Dade County. I mean, you know, now you have a whole new generation of millennials now. They're finally getting out of their parents' basement, and they're manning up and they're buying houses. So, I mean, do I think it's a bubble? I mean, in certain areas, definitely. I mean, where I used to live in New York, I had sold my house 5 years ago, and it went up by $250,000. You know, it all depends on, you know, where you lived. But, I mean, if the Fed raises interest rates, which eventually that's going to happen, you know, you're going to see a reprice of valuation. But most people aren't going anywhere. I mean, most people I know have 3.5% mortgages. So, you know, over the long run, housing is a good investment.
Gotcha. All right, so let me ask you this. When I was doing some research to talk to you a few weeks ago, when I asked you about the penny stocks, there was a story that I came across, and it was kind of interesting back then, but now I actually saw a more mainstream version of this same story. That there is, so when you talk about penny stocks and how volatile it is and pumping stuff up, there is a New Jersey deli, a small New Jersey deli, that apparently has a valuation of $100 million, and they don't do any business.
Yes, I think I mentioned that to you on last week's call, and yeah, they actually delisted that company today.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yes, they did. It was on CNBC a couple of hours ago.
So now, are those guys going to go to jail? Was that illegal what they did, or was that just like a gray area?
I guess that was just a gray area. I don't know who brought them public, but yeah, I mean, that's what happens, you know, when you have lunacy. I mean, like I said, I think the most crowded trades right now in the stock market is the technology sector and the cryptos.
Yeah, cryptos.
I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody is talking about buying Bitcoin now. It's $55,000, $60,000 a coin, but nobody wanted to buy it last year when it was $10,000 a coin.
Right.
It's the same thing right now with gold. Nobody wants to buy gold. What do you think I'm doing?
Buying gold.
I'm buying the straw hats in the winter.
There you go. So let me ask you this, Louis. So if you invest in a company like that New Jersey Deli or whatever, let's say you would put $1,000 in that, and they delist it, so you've just lost your money, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's wiped out.
Just wiped it out. Doesn't exist anymore.
It does not exist.
That is insane, man. $100 million New Jersey Deli that doesn't do business.
They did $35,000 a year in revenue.
They're worth $100 million. That's insane.
Think about that. It's not even $1,000 a week. How are they paying their rent?
Exactly, right? Exactly. The whole thing's got to be a shell. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, listen, Louis, you're down here now, so we're going to get together this weekend, get a cocktail?
I'm going to try and make it. I have your number. I'll text you.
Text me.
I will have availability tomorrow.
Okay.
And where I'm staying, I'm in Boca. I'm right off the turnpike.
Okay. Very good. Shoot me a text.
All
We'll see
right.
if we can hook up this weekend.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Louis. Have a good one, my brother. Lucky Louis. We talk to him every Thursday morning here on Toasted Sports. Kind of get a little stock action, a little business action. He's also a huge Kane fan. Didn't get into the Kane stuff today, but we will in the future. All right, we got to take a break. We got a sports update coming up. Also going to get back into what Chris Grier said yesterday in his pre-draft press conference. It's all coming up next on OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodyAsDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moody-Ass family. Dr. Moody-Ass is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodyAsDental.com.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new Papadia? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new Papadia, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
Miami Heat, they were victorious last night, 107-87 over the San Antonio Spurs. Bam Adebayo scored 23 points. Tyler Hero added 22. The Heat's next game tomorrow night in Atlanta. The tip-off, 7:30. The Miami Marlins split their 2-game series with the Baltimore Orioles with a 3-0 victory yesterday. Trevor Rogers picked up the win going 7 scoreless innings. The Marlins, they're back in action tonight in San Francisco. The pitching matchup, Daniel Castano and Aaron Sanchez. First pitch, 9:45. The Florida Panthers, they welcome the Carolina Hurricanes in for the first of 2 games over the next couple days tonight. The puck drops at 7. And on Saturday, don't forget, Inter Miami CF, they travel to take on the Philadelphia Union. Join Big O and Alex Dono at Dangerous Minds Brewing for the pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. Stay and watch the match with them. Also, don't forget, Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan, and Fernando Fiore. They'll have the call right here at OnsideRadio.com starting at 8. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports.
Third segment, Toasted Sports Pod. Subscribe, tell your friends all about it, please. We stream live every morning from 8 until 10 on OnSideRadio.com. NFL Draft is now less than a week away. First round next, is it next it's Thursday night or Wednesday night?
Next Thursday.
Thursday. We have our big draft party as well.
Sports Grill.
Yeah, Sports Grill. So Thursday and Friday. So we are a week away from the first round, where the Dolphins will be trading it. Will be picking, I should say.
Watch the trading. Hey.
But there's been talk that maybe they trade out of number 6. That they have been taking calls from other teams that would like to move up to number 6. Chris Grier talked about that yesterday. The possibility of trading number 6.
We'll always listen to everything. We've shown that, and I think you owe it to your team and your organization to always listen to any offers that may or may not come. And at the end of the day, as the draft falls and gets towards our pick, if someone wants to call and they make an aggressive pitch to us, we'll evaluate it, look at the board, and look at our options, and we'll make the decision that's best for the Miami Dolphins at that point.
Now, I know that I have been on the record. I do not want them to trade out of the number 6 pick, because I want them to get either Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts. However, if you are going to trade out of the number 6 spot, I don't want that to happen until draft day, because I believe you will get more for that pick a week from now than you would get today. When someone's on the clock and it's do or die time and they want to make the move to get that player that they covet, they will give up more draft day than they will give up right now. So if you're going to make that move, if you're listening to those offers, if there's something that intrigues you, I personally want you to pick at number 6. But if you want to move out, that's fine. But do not do it today. I'd much rather have you do it the day of the draft, because then I believe you get more of a ransom for that pick.
No, I definitely think you get more of a ransom. And also, you can see how the draft plays out too in front of you, right? Just because you never know what's going to happen.
Listen, there could be a situation, because we don't know what the Dolphins draft board looks like, but Chris Grier could have Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle above Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, you never know what they're looking at.
And if they're sitting there at 6, and they know for a fact that if they moved back to like 10 or 11, they would still get one of those two guys because they can tell the way the draft is falling, then you go ahead and do it. All I'm saying is that the Dolphins have to come out of the first round with 2 playmakers. 2 playmakers.
On offense or just totally?
I'd like to see, I think totally. I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I'd love to see them get a defensive end at 18. I'd love to see them go defense there.
I've seen a few mock drafts actually have Jalen Phillips.
I'd love to see one of the kids from Miami end up here, Jalen or Greg. Yep. Absolutely. I think that's where I would go with the 18. I want a offensive stud with number 6. I want my Pro Bowl guy, whether that is a crazy hybrid tight end like Pitts or whether that is your alpha X receiver like Jamar Chase. I need a stud. I need a playmaker. I need an all-pro guy. I need that guy that is going to have crazy jersey sales. I need a stud outside of Tua on the offense. Just do.
But like you just said, too, you never know. With their board, they may have Devontae Smith ahead of those guys.
Exactly. We have no idea. Now, one of the issues, if we're looking at 18 and grabbing a defensive end, whether it's going to be Jalen Phillips or Gregory Rousseau, obviously Rousseau went ahead and opted out of an entire season. You've also had some players that have opted out of workouts. Chris Grier talked about how that impacts what's going on his draft board.
2020 is such a unique year, with the pandemic, and all players have reasons for opting out. And, I don't think it's right for us to hold it against any player, whether it's family or, we don't know all the circumstances, until you get to this point and you talk to players. But a lot of players opted out. You also have schools that some schools played 4 games, some played 10, you know what I mean? So for us to sit here and judge players on opt-outs for their reasons why, it's unfair, and I think it's unrealistic.
All right, so now he didn't address the size of Devontae Smith, correct? No one asked him about that yesterday.
And it doesn't look like that came up in the topic.
It didn't come up, which is unfortunate. We'll ask Omar about that today. But one of the things he did talk about, and I agree with this, is the fact that you got to remember that Tua didn't have an offseason last year because of the pandemic and all that stuff. It was just all out of whack. So the importance of having Tua for a full offseason was also discussed yesterday.
No, the communication has been great. He's been around, as you know, working hard. I know he's been working with the receivers. He's a very competitive kid, as you know, and I think, coming off the injury last year with no OTAs, no mini camp, and being just thrown in right away, that's a hard transition. Especially coming through the rehab part of it he was doing. So, he's healthy now. I've seen a couple of videos. I'm not on social media very much. And he's been working very hard. I know our guys have been around that have popped in and out here. Stuff said he's been great with the players, and the receivers have been working. So, like I said, he's going to take the next step. The kid's been a winner everywhere he's been, and really excited for him, especially to have an off season under his belt. And I think that'll be really important for him.
So one of the spots that a lot of us are talking about is running back. Obviously, we know we need that offensive playmaker at the wide receiver or tight end position, whether you're going to go with Pitts or Chase, but we also need a running back. We need a running game that can be effective. We have not had that here in Miami for a while now.
As they say, that helps open up the passing
it helps everything, especially when you have a young quarterback. It helps everything. And they asked him how will the team address the running back position.
Every year is always different. I think there's this year's class has there's good players at that position throughout the draft, just like last year. Last year I know there were no backs, I think, taken in the first round, I believe. And there was a big run in the second, third round. So, people talk about devaluing positions. At the end of the day, I think teams are always looking at their rosters and evaluating, and good players get picked where, teams feel that value is for their roster. So it's a good group of backs. At the end of the day, where they all fall, I don't know, but they're all good players, and they'll be good players in this league.
Anybody ask the GM if he was feeling any personal pressure about the importance of this draft and the fact that he really has to hit? I mean, listen, here's the reality, and I talked about it when we opened up this segment, that you have a 3-year window here with Tua on the rookie deal, and that is a major way, a very effective way that NFL teams have to get to a Super Bowl when you don't have to spend $20 to $30 million a year on your quarterback. So you've got a few years left now of him on a rookie deal, which is very affordable. You can spend money elsewhere on the roster. But man, dude, I'm telling you, like
nobody's gonna ask him.
He can't miss on. He cannot miss on 6 or 18. He can't. He cannot. If he misses on 6 and 18, that is a huge hole to try to dig out of over the next 2.5 years. You're not going to listen. We all know this what was number 3 and is now number 6 was a gift. It was a fluke. We were lucky. I mean, no one saw that coming.
No,
when we made that Laramie Tunsil trade, no, everyone said, "Oh, that'll be a pick in the late 20s."
We would have 18 and
exactly.
22, 23, something like that.
Like this is a gift. You've been given a gift. You have to hit a grand slam, a home run on number 6. Has to be.
I want to play devil's advocate here, but I'm going to. What if he does make the pick that everybody wants him to do, and it's Pitts or Chase, and that doesn't work out?
That's on him. I'm not a GM. Whatever. So all the fans said that, but I'm just saying. I don't care. I don't care who takes it. Whoever you take, and I've said this.
No, you said it.
Whoever you take at 6, bro, has got to be a home run. Has to be a home run. You cannot afford to have that person. Listen, that person can't be Devontae Parker.
Oh no.
Like that. That can't be what we get out of it. Okay. That can't be what Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts turn into. Oh. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is huge. You cannot miss on this pick. You cannot miss on this pick. And I'm afraid that we'll know by week 2 whether or not you did. Because I just see Jamar Chase and Kyle Pitts. They're either going to come out and just be studs or they're not.
They're going to be duds.
You know what I'm saying?
Studs or duds.
Exactly. There's going to be no gray area there with those two guys. But we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I wish Chris Grier nothing but success here. It would make my household, my life much easier the Dolphins were successful on the field.
At least until they played Seattle in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I would have a very happy wife. She wouldn't be depressed by, this past season was the best football season I've had with my wife in the 20 years we've been together. She has never been happier during a football season, never been more optimistic about the future. I mean, it was great. Don't screw it up, Chris. Don't screw it up. I can't go back to what it was like living with her during the Wanstash years. Just stop. Adam Gase years. Oh, my God. It was almost suicidal in the house on a Sunday. By 3 o'clock, she's got a knife out, wanting to slit her wrists. So, please, Chris, you got to hit on this pick for me. If for no other reason, Toast needs a happy home life. That's all I'm saying, bro. We got Toasted Sports News. It's coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with the Radio.net app. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
It's Toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you're tired of watching the sun damage your furniture or raise your electric bill, it's time to do what we did here at OnSideRadio.com studio. Call A Shade Above Window Fashions in Davie and Sunrise. A Shade Above Window Fashions has a great selection of blackout shades to choose from. We can almost create a complete blackout for your bedroom or media room. Call them at 954-434-4774. That's 954-434-4774. Love the space you live in. A Shade Above Window Fashion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Watch Austin Robillard's hair grow by the minute. OnSideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than the roof above the people you love. At Onside Radio, we recommend Chase Roofing and Contracting. At chaseroofing.com, they care about the customer. Chase Roofing provides reliable roof installation and repair without the destruction to our environment. Chase Roofing is powered by Tamara, who is owner and operated for 18 years. Chaseroofing.com is Google top rated and a AAA standing with the Better Business Bureau. Open 24/7. Call them today. Trust chaseroofing.com to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family. Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
at OnsideRadio.com. We chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers are riding high, winners of 3 straight and with points in each of their past 5 games. But now they'll face perhaps their toughest challenge when they open a 2-game set against the Carolina Hurricanes at BB&T Center. Florida and Carolina enter tonight's game tied atop the Central Division standings with 65 points apiece, but the Hurricanes have 2 games in hand on the Panthers, which makes picking up wins during this week's matchup that much more important for Florida. The Panthers are hoping to get defenseman Mackenzie Weegar back in the lineup tonight after he missed Florida's past 2 games with an upper body injury. Patrick Hornquist, who was held out of Tuesday's game for maintenance reasons, should also be back on the ice tonight. The Panthers come into tonight's game with things chugging right along, having won 3 straight games and riding a 5-game point streak. Carolina has kept stride with their division rivals, picking up points in 4 straight games and 8 of their past 9. The Hurricanes have also had Florida's number, holding a 5-0-1 record against the Cats this season.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Let's get back to Toasted Sports. You can send a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. You won't hear anywhere else. This is Toasted News.
We'll begin in Olympia, Washington. An Olympia man was released from prison early under Washington's new drug possession rules. He was then arrested again on Saturday. Here's the deal. He was freed just 2 days earlier. Deputies then, early Saturday morning, saw him driving through neighborhoods at speeds approaching 120 miles per hour. When the deputies caught up to him, he was smiling and told them, "Governor Inslee let me out of prison early, and I wanted to have some fun." He was one of 18 people serving prison time for drug possession convictions whose sentence was commuted by the governor, resulting in early release, and now he's back in jail.
You just want to have some fun.
Hey, hope it was a good few hours for you.
My goodness.
College Station, Texas, home of Texas A&M. College Station man has been charged after officers spent hours searching for him after he claimed to have been kidnapped. 19-year-old Vincent Ogero of College Station is charged with making a false police report. He allegedly told police it was all just a prank he did with friends. Officers were called to a restaurant around the corner from the campus because a receipt that a table had left said, "I need help, I got kidnapped," and a phone number. Police officers checked the name on the credit card receipt as well as other names on the receipts and those at the same table. Police said staff told them the table had left about 10 minutes earlier. According to the investigators, the kid apologized for what he wrote on the receipt. He allegedly told them that he had done it on a friend's receipt just to prank him, and police said it was that he indicated that he knew officers would respond. He was arrested, posted $5,000 bond. And, yeah, dude, $5,000.
Oh, that was a costly prank right there. Woo.
Bad prank.
Where was
bad
that
prank.
again?
College Station, Texas.
Woo, don't do nothing in Texas. Wow.
Another one in Texas, Houston. Of all the things that officers with the TSA find every day at security checkpoints, this has to be one of the oddest. Earlier this month, TSA agents at William Hobby Airport in Houston saw what looked like an unusual lump inside a passenger's breakfast burrito as the traveler went through the security screening. It was more than just unusual. It was crystal meth. According to the TSA, due to the unusual nature and size of the lump, the officers requested an additional inspection of the food item. Once the wrapper was open, the TSA officer noticed something dark and unusual in the middle of the burrito. Because the food item didn't quite match the description provided by the traveler, a supervisory TSA person was asked to assist, and she decided to run the breakfast burrito through the X-ray. Houston police were also involved and ended up confirming the illegal substance. Wow. Crystal meth inside your burrito.
Oh, that's a hearty breakfast.
Listen, that's a breakfast that's going to cause you not to want to eat for a while afterwards. I'm pretty sure that, from what I've been told, crystal meth is an appetite suppressant. I don't think it gives you munchies like weed does.
No, okay. So
I don't believe so. I think it's
a
more
smart
like
idea to throw it in there.
Yeah, I think it's more like a cocaine sort of a thing where like you can go like days without eating if you're a meth head.
How long do you think they sat there and thought about it? Like, look, we can probably sneak the crystal meth, put it in the breakfast burrito.
Here's what I'm saying.
And go through.
This is on the traveler. The fact that you put this together so there was such an obvious bump on your burrito, like that's on you. If you can't smuggle something inside a burrito and not have it have a crazy weird bump, you're just a bad smuggler. You're a bad smuggler. Be better. Be better.
You got one job.
Yeah, one job. You had one job: get the crystal meth on the airplane to your buddy who you're going to visit, and you screwed it up because you couldn't properly pack a burrito. Unbelievable. Giant lump on a burrito. Of course TSA isn't looking at, yo, man, I think your burrito's got a tumor. We should probably check that thing out. I don't want you to accidentally eat a tumor burrito. Oh, my goodness. We'll take a break. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Onside Radio. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk. Follow us on social media at Onside Radio.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak Tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think he would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans! Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Welcome to Toasted Sports.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Guess what time it is? Well, what time is it? It's time to get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. Get some. Some what? Some what? Get some coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea. And then
We can start.
Go to the show.
Here's Toast.
Second hour, Toasted Sports. IB Toast, Sean Stanley sitting behind the board as always, sitting shotgun. And this is possibly the story of the day. It has nothing to do with sports, but this is spectacular. It's local. I'm going to read it verbatim out of the Sun Sentinel.
Me when you do these.
I'm going to read it verbatim. I would give credit to the author, but the reporter did not tag themselves in this article. The headline: South Florida couple attempts to hold wedding at mansion they didn't own. This is spectacular. Courtney Wilson and Shanita Jones invited family and friends to their dream home and estate for their weekend wedding celebration. The ceremony was Saturday with brunch on Sunday. Just one problem: the couple did not own the 16,000 square foot mansion and did not have permission to use it. The suburban Fort Lauderdale estate had everything: a bowling alley, swimming pool with a waterfall, hot tub, tennis courts, a gazebo, and an 800-foot bar. 800-foot bar! Oh, what? Wilson said it was God's plan for the couple to marry there. But despite what the invitation inferred, the actual owner, Nathan Finkel, never gave them permission to hold festivities there. He was stunned when Wilson showed up Saturday morning to set up, and he called police. Quote, "I have people trespassing on my property, and they keep harassing me, calling me. They say they're having a wedding here, and it's God's message. I don't know what's going on. All I want is for it to stop, and they're sitting at my property right in front of the front gate right now." 2 officers showed up. They told Wilson he would have to leave. He did not go, and charges were filed. "I don't want to talk about it," Wilson told the paper. Finkel, whose late father was an early IHOP restaurant franchisee, has been trying to sell the property for 2 years, now listing it for just over $5 million. Now, Wilson, posing as a potential buyer, toured the estate several months ago. A few months later, this guy asked Nathan if he could use Nathan's backyard for his wedding, and the owner said no. But that didn't stop the couple from sending out elaborate invitations detailing their love story, reconnecting 30 years after high school, and how he proposed over pizza on Christmas Eve.
Oh, this is just a romantic
On Saturday afternoon, the Saturday afternoon ceremony would be followed by a red carpet cocktail hour and a reception lasting past midnight. Sunday brunch would be from noon till 4. The guy figured it was a vacant house and didn't realize Nathan lived on the property in a different home. I guess it was like a pool house or whatever. This guy had no idea he lived there. You know the shock that must have been on his face when he showed up at the gate and the owner was home? Broward County records show a marriage license had been issued to the couple last week, but they did not register as a married couple by Wednesday. Oh, man, can you? Dude, the gall of that guy to just assume that a house for sale is empty and I'm just going to have my wedding there?
How many invites went out?
Right?
How many people,
and how do you, look,
did anybody fly in for this to come to this thing?
How do you explain that to your friends? Like, I mean, now they just know that you're just a grifting loser, man.
Well, you can be like they canceled on us or something, right?
Stop.
You can try to make
No, but now
something
it's
up.
in the paper. You've been arrested.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now with the story in the paper,
They're talking about it on radio shows.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, well, that part I forgot
Courtney
about.
Wilson and Shanita Jones. Yeah, congratulations, guys. Oh my goodness, that is spectacular.
Well, apparently this guy's got some pool at the IHOP. Maybe he didn't get married at the IHOP.
How cool is that house? An 800-foot bar. Dude,
I forgot about everything else you said after that.
I mean, yeah, bowling alleys, great, swimming pool with a waterfall, hot tub, tennis courts, gazebo, yeah. But an 800-foot bar? Like that, like you built that house for parties.
Yes, you did.
You built that house. Like there must
that
be
or you didn't like your spouse and you have the other end of the bar.
There's no way that house has an 800-foot bar and doesn't have a stripper pole. There's a stripper pole in one of those rooms. There's no way there's not a stripper pole in one of those rooms.
Can we get in touch with the? He took the tour, so obviously he knows what's in there.
800-foot bar.
But when he took the tour, he's like, I just need to see the backyard. I just need the backyard. I just need to see the backyard.
Oh, I'm sure it's a spectacular. Man, look at that, man. You're an early franchisees of IHOP.
That's what I'm. Oh,
right?
Man. Oh, those hash browns. Oh, so good.
They are good. Pancakes don't suck either.
No.
And listen, I love the selection of syrups on the table.
Yes, that's
always
a keeper.
Always very sticky.
Always a keeper when you got the blueberry, strawberry, regular.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh, the original.
See, I mean, dude, I am not a blueberry syrup guy. I am a maple syrup guy. I'm not even a strawberry syrup guy. Like I am. Yeah, I guess I'm an old school traditional. Like I only syrup I like on my pancakes or waffles is maple.
Yeah, I guess that's what I go with. Original. I guess that's the maple syrup.
Well, I mean, well, there's different. I mean, you can go with like a real hardcore original, like from Vermont or whatever, and then you can have like Miss Butterworth. You know.
Okay.
And listen, I love me some Mrs. Butterworth.
Oh, I just love syrup.
Syrup is so good.
Oh,
it really is. It is the nectar of the gods.
Whoever thought to put something together where you can just
and who the hell figured out it come out of a tree like that?
Oh goodness!
Like who's the first idiot that nailed a thing into a tree? A little
hey, he's no idiot.
Into
he's
a tree,
genius,
right? It started. Hey, look at the sap. We can turn this into syrup.
Oh,
yummy.
Look at that extra bread. Make pancakes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. All right.
I'm so hungry right now.
Right. All right, so there was some stuff yesterday.
What was real quick on the story?
Yes.
Was the wife involved in all this? Like, or this is the guy's?
Well, apparently, yeah. She was part of the invitations, I guess. I mean, now if he didn't tell her that they didn't have that this wasn't secured, oh boy, then they're not getting married. They're breaking. This is a J-Rod A-Rod J-Lo all over again. Oh my heavens! Can you imagine if she was? Can you imagine if she got all done up and everything, and she shows up there and she finds out her fiance had been lying about the whole thing, didn't have the house. Like, what happened to the deposit? Didn't you have to give a deposit for a mansion like that? Like,
that's why I'm wondering if she was involved in this because
did she not see the $1,000 leave the checking account? I mean, like, the hell's going on?
Hey, they've been separated for 30 years. Maybe
I guess so. Yeah, listen, I guess so. All right, so why is Tito dropping in my DMs and just saying hey? What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, Tito. Like, seriously, 9:05 this morning, 5 minutes ago, on Twitter, he just dropped into my DMs, hey.
Well, I did tell him you were looking for him the other day.
Hey?
I don't know why I said my hey here,
hey.
but hey.
What's up, bro? How you doing, dog? Good morning to you. Pleasure. Jesus Christ. All right.
So At least you didn't say sup.
No, exactly. Sup, yeah. Oh, God. All right. So yesterday, there was... I wasn't here, so we didn't talk about what went down on Tuesday with the Chauvin verdict and all that stuff, and I was very, very pleased with that verdict. It was the proper verdict, I believe. But then you had another situation where that young 15 or 16-year-old girl was then shot by a cop, I guess, in Columbus the other day, or yesterday, or the day before.
The day of the verdict.
The day, like right after the verdict, like within like
I think it was like an hour after
the verdict. After the verdict, right. So LeBron went ahead and did a tweet. And this is so, man, when you're LeBron, you got to be careful when you do stuff like this. You're not, it's not like you're toast tweeting something out. You're not Sean tweeting something out. You're LeBron James, bro. Like, people are going to read your tweets. They're going to screenshot your tweets, and your tweets are going to move needles. All right.
It's going to be seen and screenshot before they even read it.
It's going to be reported. Exactly.
Before they read it, they're going to screenshot it.
It's going to be part. It's going to be part of the daily timeline because you're LeBron James. And listen, I understand why he tweeted out what he did. And I understand that there was an emotional component to it. And I get it. That's totally understandable. But he got it wrong. He got it wrong. At least it looks like he got it wrong. And he had to delete that tweet. And when you do something like that, man, you could literally, when the tweet went out and then when it got deleted, I was like, oh, bro, I can just start naming off the people that are going to be reveling in this. All the conservative media people. And you know who they are. You know who they are. I'm not going to say their names, but, man, they just started jumping on him like crazy.
They were the first ones to screenshot
that. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah. And listen, they got him. Initially, everything we were told, and then you see that body cam, and we don't know everything that happened yet, but it certainly looks like from that body cam that woman was about to stab another girl. Certainly looked that way. We'll find out what the investigation looks like. But my thing with the cops is, in that situation, so they said they were too close to use the taser. That's why he had to shoot. And maybe I'm just old school here. But I was under the impression that in that situation, shouldn't the cop just try to tackle the girl? And if he ends up getting, like, he's got protective, body armor on or whatever, shouldn't, like, if you're too close to tase, shouldn't you try to, like, tackle them first? or is that not proper? Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a cop.
I think
I'm not
it goes
trained.
back to everything everybody's talking about the training, because I think
well, that's my thing.
ultimately, again, when you're told, and it's the same in the military. If you're shooting to kill. I mean, unfortunately, that's the way you're trained. But again, like you're saying, I haven't seen the full but did he have an opportunity to maybe look at something else? But then also, when you look at the training, are they told in training to go through certain steps, or is it just taser, gun?
Well, and that's my thing. It seems to me that the training, cops are either taught or said it's okay to go to the gun quick. And I always thought that should be the absolute last resort. But I'm not a cop, and my life isn't on the line every single day, and the stress of that. So I'm not going to go ahead and try to put myself in there. But growing up, I just always thought that was, but maybe I'm wrong. So that was, but LeBron, bro, getting back to you got to be more careful. And listen, and folks are gunning for you now because of the China thing that happened last year. When you wouldn't, when Daryl Morey did that whole thing and you got all pissed because it was going to affect your money, but there was a level of hypocriticalness there because that's a country where they do bad things to people. That whole Muslim population and stuff like that. So you got to be careful, LeBron. You can't just – I understand that you're passionate and that it was an emotional situation seeing that young girl get shot like that, but you have to make sure that you more so than anyone else, you got to make sure that you have all the facts straight before you tweet out. That's all. You gotta give it. You can't just be the first one to tweet it out. You, sir, because of your following, you have to take a minute, not be the first one to tweet it out, but be the one that gets it right and that has all the facts before they tweet it out. Or else you're going to be in a world of crap like you were yesterday. And it'll make your life more difficult. And that's just, come on now. So be better. That's all I want to say. Everybody, social media is just the worst. People will just use that, and they will just take a shot at you, and they will, if you give them an opening, man. All right, Sean, so check this out. Barstool Sports.
Oh, boy, it's going to be good. This is going to be good.
This is like a soap opera. So, we know that Barstool Sports is, I don't know, very boisterous, maybe a little arrogant.
Can say that.
They're out there, man. They're going to say what they think. They don't care how you feel about it. And they're going to move the needle, and they're going to rub many folks the wrong way, and whatever. That's fine. They are a very successful business. Well, they also have a rather flashy CEO named Erica Nardini, who certainly does her thing on social. But now, Page Six is nailing her, saying that she has had an explosive affair with her married squash coach. The squash coach.
Not the squash coach.
Yes, the squash coach.
Oh, it's always the least expected ones.
So apparently, the CEO of Barstool Sports and her husband became members of the new Canaan Country Club in Connecticut last summer. And the husband signed her up for squash lessons with the club pro who goes by the name of Swiss. Well, apparently, they would do these 8 o'clock squash lessons, but she wouldn't get home until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Same with the squash teacher, who was also married, because they would then do their lesson, and then they would go to the bar, and they would just hang at the bar for like 4 or 5 hours. Sure, that's innocent. Oh, my goodness. So now they're all separated. Both couples have broken up. They're filing for divorce. And, oh, my God, this is just just breaking up your relationship.
Over squash?
I didn't know people played squash anymore. How rich are you if you play squash?
I was going to say,
that's one of those
and
1%.
I'm sorry to tell you, but what is squash?
Isn't it like racquetball?
Isn't that pickleball?
No. The pickleball is the outdoor, like, tennis for old people.
Okay.
Where you don't have to run around. That's the pickleball.
Okay.
But racquetball and what's the difference? There's a difference. Or are they the same?
It's like on a racquetball court, though. The squash is kind of like...
Listen, I played racquetball in high school for a little while. So I'm familiar with a racquetball court. I don't know if that's the same court.
I'm going to have to look this up. I might have to add this to my sports update
we got to
as well.
look on squash versus racquetball. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, let's see what the difference is. All right. What about the balls? All right.
Oh, it's
both
all about the
racket
balls.
balls and squash balls are hollow and rubber, although racket balls are larger than squash balls by 42%, and they are bouncier.
Oh.
Notably, squash owes its name to those mischievous school kids who realize a punctured racquetball squashes on impact, making it harder to hit. What's the difference? Oh, that's what I want to know. What's the difference?
It's the balls. They're squishier.
All right, here we go. One of the biggest differences between racquetball and squash. Oh, different courts, bro.
Oh, it's different courts.
Racquetball is played on a 40-foot by 20-foot by 20-foot court, while squash is played on a slightly smaller 32 by 21 by 18-foot court.
Ah, so it's for older, too, as well, so you don't have to move as much.
Also, a difference in the size of the rubber balls.
Yes.
And, which we said.
Yes,
and the size and shapes of the rackets are different from game to game as well. So there you go. Yeah, so I don't know if you can – I'm guessing any racquetball place would have a squash court as well and vice versa. But, yeah, I played racquetball for a very short period of time in high school. It was fun. But if you, are running really fast and you're bad at stopping, you can run right into a wall. I did it many times. You run right into a wall. Right into a wall.
I played it indoor one time. That was
yeah, I only played it indoor. Do they have outdoor?
Yeah, the concrete ones.
Because see, in racquetball,
or are those the squash ones?
I think that might be squash because in racquetball you're hitting the ball so it goes off the ceiling and the walls as well.
Oh,
so you need it to be all enclosed.
So maybe I was playing racquetball squash.
Possibly, yes. All right, that could have been it. All right, forget all that stuff. We're gonna get to the Sun Sentinel's Omar Kelly coming up next. Going to talk to him. Obviously, he was part of the Chris Greer press conference yesterday about the draft. We'll get his thoughts on everything that's going to go down with the Dolphins beginning a week from today. Omar Kelly comes up next on OnSideRadio.com.
You're listening to Toasted Sports. Take OnSideRadio.com, your home for sports talk everywhere with simple radio. Find the app at OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
WLESPN Sports Radio, where you can catch our draft party.
Virtual draft party.
But why when Onside Radio is doing it live with real people and real food and real beer?
Because AM radio is over and our management is stupid.
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When protecting your family is your priority, there's nothing more important than the roof above the people you love. At Onside Radio, we recommend Chase Roofing and Contracting. At chaseroofing.com, they care about the customer. Chase Roofing provides reliable roof installation and repair without the destruction to our environment. Chase Roofing is powered by Tamara, who is owner and operated for 18 years. chaseroofing.com is Google top rated and a AAA standing with the Better Business Bureau. Open 24/7. Call them today. Trust chaseroofing.com to fortify and protect what's most important to you, your family.
Fish fans, time to reel in the latest news in baseball with OnSideRadio.com's Marlins Minute. Here's Alex Aguirre.
The Marlins split their two-game series against the Baltimore Orioles with a win yesterday 3-0. The Fish were led by Trevor Rogers, who pitched 7 innings for the first time in his career, to go along with 8 strikeouts and only 1 walk. Rogers now has the most strikeouts by a left-handed pitcher in Marlins history in their first 11 big league starts. Sandy Leon and Lewis Brinson stepped up in place for the injured Starling Marte and Jorge Alfaro, and they went for a combined 3 for 7 with a run. The Fish are back in action today to kick off a 3-city, 10-game road trip starting off against the San Francisco Giants for a 4-game series. Daniel Castano will be on the mound for Miami against Aaron Sanchez for the Giants. Sanchez has a 0-0 record with the 6.00 ERA and 7 strikeouts in his career against the Marlins. First pitch is at 9:45. Let's go Fish.
Keep up with the latest on the Miami Marlins by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio. Brace yourself. You might not hear what you want. You can always expect Omar to keep it real, whether you like it or not. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Sun Sentinel writer Omar Kelly. EJD is your one-stop shop, custom home builder, and general contractor for residential construction. Call them 305-433-4843. Find them on Facebook at EJD Construction. Here's Omar Kelly with your Miami Dolphins report segment.
Every single week on Toasted Sports, get to talk to Omar Kelly from the Sun Sentinel. Get the latest on Dolphins news. Of course, we got the draft a week from today, so Chris Grier had his big press conference yesterday and plenty of stuff to dissect. Good morning, Omar. How are you today?
How are you, Toast?
I'm doing good, man. I woke up and I was pleasantly surprised when I walked my dog because it was like 72 degrees and I didn't get like hit in the face with humidity. It was kind of nice.
Oh, man, this is the time of year that I just thoroughly enjoy. From February till about the end of May, I've got a convertible, so I get to put the top down. Don't have to worry. You know, you got to worry about rain a little bit during the season, but pretty much, coast is clear and weather is great.
So let me ask you this, because I know there's been some talk this week. I saw CBS saying that the Dolphins were taking phone calls. Folks were calling about moving up to number 6. I don't want them to move out of number 6. How do you feel about? Would you like to see them move, or is it all about what the trade would be? Or for me, my thing is, I believe there's only so many superstar players in every draft, and when you have a top 10 pick, you got to hit a stud right there.
I don't disagree with you, and if we're really going to talk about this Dolphin roster, there's a lot of decent players, not enough stars. Mm-hmm. I think you can really only quantify 2 players as stars, in Xavier Howard and Jason Saunders, and generally, do you want your kicker to be a star? That's a whole other subject. But now there are a lot of guys with a lot of potential. Mm-hmm. But in this draft, and just to answer your question, I'll give you my breakdown on how I think about it. At 6, you traded up just because you wanted 2 players. There are 2 players that you targeted. They're Kyle Pitts and Ja'Marr Chase. And if they're there at 6, you make the pick. You take one of the 2. Mm-hmm. If they're not there at 6, you listen to offers to move down, and you potentially do it if it produces another second-round pick, or, a combination of a third and a fourth. Now, I'm not saying move down drastically low, but I think it's okay for you to move down because there's going to be some sliding by some of these players. Mm. I don't think Devonta Smith is going to be selected where a lot of fans think they are. I also think these quarterbacks aren't going to go as high as people think that they are. So there might be a team that wants to move up like Denver to go get a quarterback, which will put you still at a good spot at 9, and you get something additional for it. What you have to factor in is this team, they want a squad of young players that they can coach up and groom. You need draft picks to get those young players, especially young players with top-end talent. And that's what this rebuild is about. That's why you keep seeing them trade and get extra first-round picks. Now, we had 3 first-round picks last year, 2 first-round picks this year, 2 next year. Another, and I think you're going to continue to see that because in the early days of the Patriots, that's how they built.
Yep. All right, so let me ask you this. If Thursday night comes and goes and the number 6 pick happens, and when we're on the clock, Pitts and Chase are both gone, is it a bad draft for the Dolphins if they don't get one of those 2 guys?
It's not a bad draft.
No?
It's
okay.
not a bad draft because when they think about it, and let's really truly understand, they gave up a lot to get back up to 6 from 12 to 6. They gave up the addition of a second-round pick, which means outside of what you were supposed to give up, they gave up an additional value of a second-round pick. So they specifically wanted to be there, and they wanted to be there with the knowledge and understanding that Pitts and Chase might not be there. But that doesn't mean that a player that they want, like Waddle or Smith or Sewell, won't be there. And to me, those are really the guys that this conversation is about.
All right, so Devonta Smith yesterday, we got his stats, his metrics, and folks talking about the fact he's 6 feet and he's 166 pounds soaking wet. So he's tiny. Is that going to be a big negative?
Did you not know he wasn't?
No, of course, absolutely. I did, yes, but it seems like a lot of folks in the NFL were shocked by this.
No, they were not shocked. Okay. They knew it. That's why it's been talked about. I've been talking about it since I watched him play in the national championship game. And as dynamic as he was, I kept sitting here saying, he's tiny. He's small. He reminds me a lot of Lamar Thomas in build-wise. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be a good player or he's not going to grow into his body. What I find interesting is his size hasn't prohibited him from doing anything that he wanted to do on the college level. And it's not like he's playing against slouches. So it makes me consider it. But I have this issue and this argument, and I make this point all the time. My issue with Jakeem Grant, outside of the fact that he can't really consistently catch the football, is his size. And Jakeem hasn't finished a season healthy in his NFL career. Part of the reason is because he physically can't take those hits. And that's going to be my main concern about Devonta Smith. Not to say that any other receiver is better. And look at Devontae Parker. He can't hold up physically either. So there's no guarantee. But you're going to spend. You're going to basically, if you draft him, you're going to say to yourself, "This is a player I'm probably going to have for 12 games a season."
All right, so with the first round, the way I'm looking at it, I really want to see them get either Chase or Pitts with number 6. And then with number 18, Omar, man, I really want to see them get a defensive end. Doesn't have to be one of the Miami kids, but I just see that as being a serious position of need, and it's not a really deep draft there. Is there first of all, now Chris Grier didn't seem overly concerned about that, or maybe he was being a little bit coy. How do you feel about that? Do you think they can deal with this in free agency, or do they have to go get somebody in the draft?
Let me tell you a tip about the pre-draft press conferences. Okay, this is probably like my 14th. So I and 5th with Chris Grier, if not more. So I understand who the man is and the messages that he sent. The points that he made that were unsolicited, that were things that information that he just volunteered, were the information that he intended to get out there to NFL teams. Okay? Yep. That's a little tip for you. Now, I found it very interesting that he volunteered that, hey, there are a lot of pass rushers out there who are willing to take below market value deals. I don't have to draft a pass rusher. I don't feel desperation to get the pass rusher. And that's a message that's sent to all the free agent pass rushers out there. Hey, you want an opportunity to come play in great weather and tax-free? We're here waiting. We're ready. All you got to do is accept our below market deal. And also it's a message out there to the NFL teams that say, oh, we got to get ahead of Miami for 18 for this pass rusher that we want because, the Dolphins are going to take them. That was one of the unsolicited messages. Another unsolicited message was Chris Grier volunteering that, hey, there's all this talk about NFL teams devaluing running backs and not putting much value at the position. And he was actually wrong when he said one wasn't taken in the first round last year, one was taken at 32, just to correct him. But he put it out there that, hey, if you have the value on a player where you want him, where and you're comfortable with the value on a player, let's say you have a player ranked in your top 15 and he's there at 18, that should be the pick. So he put out 2 messages. One, I'll select a running back in the first round. And 2, I'm not too desperate for this pass rusher that everybody thinks I'm desperate for. Now, could that mean the absolute opposite of what his intentions are? It certainly could.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So let me ask you this. I know that you do tons of homework looking at all these players. Is there one player in particular in this draft that you personally would just love to see the Dolphins draft, whether it's in the first round or the 7th round? Just one guy that you'd love to see get drafted by the Fins.
Not even a question. I call him Fight Club because I don't like to talk about him. Najee Harris.
Okay.
The running back from Alabama, who I think is a perfect fit, perfect complement, one or two of his best friends, perfectly suited for the RPO offense, gives you power runs that the offense couldn't have, great pass catcher at the back, can pass protect. So he's one of those guys. Then there are a couple of the pass rushers that I really like. Joe Tryon. I like both UM kids. I'm not sure I'd select either of them at 18. But if they're there in the second round, I would probably, run to the podium. And there are a couple of pass rushers or edge setters that can really get the job done for Miami, including some that you can select in the third day and put them on the Van Ginkel program and really see them blossom.
We're talking to Omar Kelly. All right, Omar, we'll get you out of here on this. All week long, we have had different folks from different beat writers call from the teams to make the picks for the first 6 picks. Jacksonville, they took Trevor Lawrence. Our Jets guy, writer, took Zach Wilson. 49ers writer took Trey Lance at number 3. The Falcons beat writer took Justin Fields at number 4, and the Bengals took Jamar Chase at number 5. So with the number 6 pick,
and who was number 5?
Number 5 was the Bengals, Jamar Chase. They want to do the reunite Joe Burrow with Chase, the LSU deal. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Then I run to the podium and select Kyle Pitts.
There we go. All right. Beautiful.
That's a dream scenario for Miami.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Let me ask you one last thing. Justin Fields yesterday came out and alerted folks that he's been managing an epilepsy situation in his life. Will that be a negative impact to NFL teams?
Everything is a negative impact to NFL teams. You know what I find, if you give me a minute, what I find very complicated and frustrating about this process is we spend time hyping up these draft prospects when they're college players, begging for them to come out. Then when they come out, and after we've said they're the best thing since sliced bread, we find their warts, highlight their warts, tell them how horrible they are, tell Greg Rousseau you look unathletic even though you put on this weight that we wanted you to put on. And right now we're not interested in you. You're probably going to fall to the second round. Then your team selects them. And they're the best thing since sliced bread again, even though, they need to be coached up and they've got all these flaws. We're going to tell you how wonderful they're going to be in 3 years.
So true. So true. You nailed it. It's so freaking true. Omar, thank you so much, man. Good luck next week with the draft. Are you going to be joining us at our little draft party? Or are you going to just stay at home, be a dad, and watch it with the kids?
I am probably going to be joining via phone. But, yeah, I'm going to be at the Dolphins facility. I believe they're going to have a draft availability for the media.
Good stuff. Omar, thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Omar Kelly from the Sun Sentinel. Good stuff there from Omar. Good stuff. So there you go. We got Pitts. Dolphins with the number 6 pick. They will get Kyle Pitts because we have 4 quarterbacks going before us. Boom, baby. Listen, that's all I want. I just want Chase or Pitts. That's all I want. I just want one of those 2 guys. That's it. Please get me one of those guys. That's it. All right. I tell you what, Sean. I wasn't here yesterday, so I think we do the confessional. Coming up next.
All right.
All right. Yes. The confessional is next. This is Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com.
This has been the EJDConstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Omar Kelly. From additions to home remodeling, call Eric at 305-433-4843. Count on a company that's an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. EJDConstruction.com.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
When you want a perfectly straight smile without braces, you can count on MoodiasDental.com. A stunning smile is within reach. Learn more about Invisalign. Find out why so many trust the Moodias family. Dr. Moodias is an inventor and has several patents on innovative surgical instruments that are used around the world. Experience a family environment and trust on a worldwide level. From implants to crowns to a beautiful Invisalign smile. Call 305-821-0231. That's 305-821-0231. Or go to the website at MoodiasDental.com.
Miami Dolphins fans, join us for OnsideRadio.com's NFL Draft Party at Sports Grill in Miami, 11481 Southwest 40th Street, Bird Road. Join Big O and Alex Dono for this two-night event starting on Thursday, April 29th at 7:30 p.m. and Friday, day 2 at 6:30. Drink and food specials, giveaways, and the best damn draft party in South Florida. Join us for a two-night event as OnsideRadio.com and Sports Grill on Bird Road bring you the best NFL draft party on the planet.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Heat victorious last night, 107-87 over the San Antonio Spurs. Bam Adebayo scored 23 points. Tyler Hero added 22. The Heat's next game tomorrow night in Atlanta, tip-off 7:30 p.m. Miami Marlins, they split their two-game series with the Baltimore Orioles after a 3-0 victory yesterday. Trevor Rogers picked up the win going 7 scoreless innings. Marlins, they're back in action tonight. Daniel Castana and Aaron Sanchez, the pitching matchup. First pitch, 9:45. Also, the Ice Cats, the Florida Panthers, they're back on the ice skating against Vincent Trocheck and that Carolina Hurricanes. They're back for 2 games, actually, in the BB&T Center this week. And Saturday, your Inter Miami CF team travels to take on the Philadelphia Union. Join Big O and Alex Dono at Dangerous Minds Brewing for the pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. Stay and watch the match with them. Or also, Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rongan, and Fernando Fiore, they will have the call right here at OnsideRadio.com starting at 8 p.m. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to Toasted Sports. To reach out to Toast, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Toasted Sports. We've all sinned. This is where we get our absolution. Welcome to the confessional. Here's Monsignor Toast.
Ah, yes. My children, it is time for the confessional. We're all sinners. Some of you go ahead and tell me your sins, and I read them out and give you a penance so you can forgive yourself. First one. My 2-year-old insists I read several Mr. Men books with him each night. They are absolute crap and surprisingly long, so I just make up shorter stories based on the pictures so I can actually have an evening. Well, you are quite a parent. Your penance, you must read your son Marion Bad My Love by Mark Leach, which comes in at a staggering 17.8 million words and 10,710 pages. It is the world's longest book. Read that for your son. You will have, the next time you'll have an evening you can do something, you'll be at the old folks' home. Next one. I took a photograph of my butthole to send to my boyfriend and accidentally sent it to my mother.
Oh.
She asked what it was, and I told her it was a weird-looking fruit I had found in the supermarket. Now she's asked to come round and try it as she's never seen anything like it. Oh, boy. Your penance? You must send the butthole picture to your father as well. You cannot favor one parent over the other.
That is favoritism.
Yeah, no, that butthole picture now needs to be mass distributed.
Gotta share that fruit.
Oh. What is she gonna have her mom come over and eat? Like, do you find another kind of fruit that looks similar to a butthole? And I don't understand. I don't understand how you get out of that one. All right, next up. Over the lockdown, everyone I know has either had a baby, moved into a new house, got fit, got promoted, started a business, or gained a qualification. Basically, they really got their lives in order. My biggest achievement over the last 12 months has been switching from Comcast to DirecTV. Jesus, that's the biggest thing you've done over the last 12 months. Okay. Tell you what, your penance, pick up the phone. You need to go get new windows and doors from B&T Windows and Doors. How about that? There you go. There you go. All right, next one. In a previous job, I built a spreadsheet which significantly improved data entry efficiency. It was too efficient and led to the company getting rid of one of the members of that team. I password protected the spreadsheet's formula cells, and when I left, set it so that it broke 3 months later. Oh. Your penance? None. That's a good sin. However, next time, have it linked to Pornhub after 3 months. So when they open it up, it's just porn on their screen.
Computer.
Every computer, exactly. All right, next one. Oh, jeez. Was having a quick tug in the bathroom this morning. Just as I got to the point of no return money shot, I noticed a guy from AT&T watching me on top of the telephone pole. So hold on a second. Hang on a second. Hold on. Hold on. So while you were in the bathroom working your pole, there was actually a pole worker outside of your house watching this.
Two poles.
Are you kidding me? Listen, your penance for this, you must track down the pole worker and offer to buy him dinner. Listen, he's already seen enough of you. You got to buy him dinner now for that.
Well, he should buy him dinner, right?
No. Pole worker was just at his job, bro. Just doing his job. All of a sudden, he glances over and sees another guy working his pole. And that's got to be a bad, dude, because you're probably,
that's a lot of pole work.
That's what I'm saying. That's not there's no way you look good doing that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way someone sees you doing that and, it's a good look for you. You know, you're naked, moving violently fast in certain areas. You know.
Sure, the facial expressions probably weren't the greatest.
Oh, the facial expressions. Oh, the O face. The O face. Everyone's got an O face. All right, last one. Been with my girlfriend for 2 years. I just woke her up in bed with a really loud fart. She laughed, then went back to sleep, thinking of proposing as she must be the one. All right, hold on, young man. Do not be fooled, young one. The true test is farting and then pulling the sheets over her head. That's how you know if she's the one. If she giggles and laughs after you do that, then you pop the question.
She giggles, laughs, and goes right back to sleep.
Exactly. But yeah, no, you need to listen. What is that? That's a Dutch oven. That's what they call that, a Dutch oven. You give your girlfriend a Dutch oven and she laughs, then yeah, she's the Marion type. But don't be fooled, young man. Do not be fooled. All right.
It's been a crazy confessional.
There's the confessional for you. I know. Ovens. I like the pole working one. I'm like, you can't even make that up.
Everything.
Yeah.
Great.
Can't even make that thing up. All right. Going to take a break. Got Kai coming up next. We'll do a little crosstalk. You are listening to Toasted Sports on OnSideRadio.com. Peace be to God.
Toasted Sports returns after this.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're live and local.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no, here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter here in South Florida. Make sure your AC in your home or business is running smoothly by investing in a preventative maintenance plan from M&S Air Conditioning. And M&S is a Mitsubishi Diamond Elite contractor. When you purchase a new Mitsubishi electric mini split system, you'll get a 12-year warranty. Or install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that captures and destroys biological contaminants to improve air quality. M&S Air Conditioning have been providing prompt, honest, and reliable service for over 30 years. Schedule service or call to get more info on our preventative maintenance plans. Call 954-421-3680 or visit ac-florida.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF fans, join us at our new home this season for all away games as we broadcast live at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company, 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Join Big O and Alex Dono for the live pregame, halftime, and postgame shows while we watch the games. Enjoy meticulously brewed beer on site, delicious artisanal pizzas, live music, and giveaways. So, the new home for all Inter Miami road games is at Dangerous Minds Brewing Company at the Pompano City Mall, where they'll feature all the Inter Miami games. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B and Facebook and Instagram at Dangerous Minds Brewing, and visit them at dangerousmindsbrewing.com.
at OnsideRadio.com. We chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
The Panthers are riding high, winners of 3 straight and with points in each of their past 5 games. But now they'll face perhaps their toughest challenge when they open a 2-game set against the Carolina Hurricanes at BB&T Center. Florida and Carolina enter tonight's game tied atop the Central Division standings with 65 points apiece, but the Hurricanes have 2 games in hand on the Panthers, which makes picking up wins during this week's matchup that much more important for Florida. The Panthers are hoping to get defenseman Mackenzie Weegar back in the lineup tonight after he missed Florida's past 2 games with an upper body injury. Patrick Hornquist, who was held out of Tuesday's game for maintenance reasons, should also be back on the ice tonight. The Panthers come into tonight's game with things chugging right along, having won 3 straight games and riding a 5-game point streak. Carolina has kept stride with their division rivals, picking up points in 4 straight games and 8 of their past 9. The Hurricanes have also had Florida's number, holding a 5-0-1 record against the Cats this season.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports. Now back to Toasted Sports. To reach out, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast.
Final segment, Toasted Sports, Thursday morning. We do the roundtable question of the day every single day. Today's question: while the Marlins approach 500 and continue their surprised play, has the young starting pitching staff and Jazz Chisholm made them must-watch TV every night? No. Okay, there you go. Listen, love the pitching staff, love the youth, love the energy. I don't believe that they are must-watch TV every single night. No, I mean, I don't. I think they could get to that point, but they're not there right now. And I think you'll know when they get to that point because you'll see Marlins flags on people's cars again, and you'll see folks being excited. But it's not must-see TV every single night right now. Could it become August or July? Possibly, but not right now. So let's not, let's let these kids play their baseball. They're all going to be improving. They're here for the long term. Let's not put any pressure on them. They're not going to win a division this year. They have all the potential in the world to be a phenomenal baseball club over the next few years. Let's not say that they're must-watch TV right now. I'd rather watch the Panthers and the Heat right now as must-watch every single night, not the Marlins yet. But they could get there. Good morning, Kai. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh,
Hey,
no,
listen,
yeah.
My boy Jazz, man.
I
Jazz
love Jazz. Listen, they're exciting. But I just don't think they're must.
Right
I don't think. Listen, he said, are they must-watch TV every night? I don't think they are. That's not an insult.
No, I don't think they are either.
You know,
but I'm happy for seeing someone who shares my last name balling out.
There you go.
Yeah,
I think you should. I think you should follow him and get some blue hair.
Maybe.
You got a nice haircut.
It would. The crazy thing is, and I've been talking about it with people, is like it is very possible because my grandpa is from like the islands, so like it's completely possible.
Okay. Wasn't here yesterday, so I didn't get to talk to you about the rousing success that is the Super League. I mean, so this is what
I have to drop it today. After I talk with Dono, I have to drop it.
No, so this is my favorite angle on this whole thing, is that, and what some folks don't realize is that you literally, when you talk about Man United, it's not just Man United. The Glazers own the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
When you talk about Arsenal, Stan Kroenke owns the LA Rams as well, and he used to own like a handful of soccer
He's
teams
doing
also.
bad with 2 different franchises
Right, exactly.
across the globe.
You look at Liverpool, that's the Red Sox, and it's also Roush Fenway. So what I'm saying is these owners
are American.
No. These owners that did this were literally the most powerful owners in global sport.
Yeah.
And they came up with a deal that would pay each of their teams close to $500 million a year, okay? And they're like, oh, yeah, we're all game for this. And they put it out there. And within 48 hours, they crumbled like cheap suits. I'm stunned that men that powerful, that have been that successful, had so little conviction in what they were doing. How do they not see the fan revolt?
It's because they don't understand. They're like, oh my god, it sounds so bad because we're shitting on ourselves. Like they don't understand. Like, it's not sports. And this is the conversation I had, and I said it yesterday with like how I think that the MLS should have relegation because it's just it's not an American sport.
Right.
It's not. It'll never happen. The MLS it'll be 20 teams, 22 teams, whatever the hell it's going to be. I'm assuming they'll probably get to like 30, and then that's when they'll cap it.
But those owners don't want to have to risk their thing becoming a minor league team. No,
that's kind of the mindset. It's like, oh well, they do it over there in the U.S. and we're from the U.S.
And I understand why those owners did it.
If I buy a spot, I have a spot. I get it too.
I get John Henry doesn't want to ever miss the Champions League. I get it. Yeah.
If you get offered by J.P. Morgan Chase 3.5 billion euros, and you're going to be there no matter what, no consequences. Oh, I completely understand. Are you kidding me? That's 3.5 billion euros in the middle of a pandemic. But I think again the way that they went about it is interesting. And what's really funny is this morning La Liga's president tried placing the blame on the failure to the English clubs and the German clubs, saying that they will never join. And so I guess he's saying, I don't even know, which is interesting. You're La Liga president. Why would you want this to happen? But he tried placing the blame on the English and German clubs.
Well, there's also the rumor that UEFA paid all the 6 English clubs money to back out of this thing. So we'll see. Anyways, that'll never happen again. We'll never hear about a Super League again, at least not for a few years.
Probably like another decade. Because they have to do it. It's the way that they went about it PR-wise.
After all these owners sell, the new owners will try it again.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I'm getting out of here. Kai, it's all your problem now. Everyone, thanks for checking us out. Be back tomorrow. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Now that it's springtime, it's only getting hotter.